8 things women notice instantly that most men never think about. Modern Stoic. The most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and let it come in. Maury Schwartz. When a woman first meets a man, she's already making key assessments within the first 30 seconds. 8 of them, to be exact. These judgments happen so quickly that most men don't even realize they're happening. The interesting part is, these aren't just superficial assessments. They're telling us whether we see you as someone we're interested in or just another face in the crowd. If you've ever noticed that some men seem to effortlessly draw attention while others fade into the background, the difference often comes down to these subtle cues. The way you present yourself from the moment of introduction speaks volumes. It's not about perfect looks or grand gestures, but rather about those small, unspoken signals you send out, revealing confidence, authenticity, and how you carry yourself in the world. So, what are these 8 things? Let's break them down. Number 1. The way you enter a room. The way you enter a room is a make or break moment, and most men completely miss it without even realizing. This is crucial, and here's why. The second you walk into any space, be it a party, a meeting, or even a simple coffee shop, we start forming an impression of you within the first few seconds. And that's no exaggeration. It happens in literally 3 seconds. What are we really noticing? It's not just your clothes or your hairstyle. It's the energy you bring into the room. Are you grounded and confident, with smooth, assured steps and open body language? Or do you seem like you're trying to sneak in unnoticed, shuffling awkwardly, hoping no one will notice your entrance? There's an undeniable difference between confidently owning the space you walk into and shrinking back from it. And that first impression is lasting. Science backs this up. Studies show that people form instant impressions the moment they see someone, and those initial judgments are extremely hard to reverse. When you enter with confidence, measured steps, and an open posture, you're not just walking into a room, you're commanding respect, you're taking control, and yes, you're even commanding the attention of everyone in that room. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes into play. A modern Stoic knows that their presence is not just about physical movement, but about embodying calm, confidence, and awareness, much like the old Stoics who believed in projecting self-control and assertiveness through action. But here's the real kicker. We're not just observing you, we're keenly watching how others react to your presence. Does the crowd naturally make space for you? Do heads turn and eyes follow your entry? Do people stand a little straighter or pause their conversation to acknowledge your presence? Social proof is everything here, and it's immediate. When you walk in with confidence, people unconsciously pick up on that strength, and they mirror it. That instant reaction speaks volumes about how people will perceive and engage with you going forward. Your entrance sets the entire tone for every interaction that will follow. If you walk in like you own the place, grounded, assured, and with purpose, you're immediately seen as someone who has control of their environment. This is what the modern Stoic does. This is how they carry themselves. Own the space, own the moment. And remember, a confident entrance isn't just a step, it's a declaration. Be the person everyone notices without saying a word. Number 2, the tone of your voice. Here's the truth. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And most men have no clue just how powerful their voice really is. A deep, steady, and relaxed tone doesn't just sound good. It actually triggers something deeply primal in women. This isn't just about sounding pleasant. It suggests confidence, maturity, and emotional control. The science behind this is fascinating. Biologically speaking, women are evolutionarily wired to respond to lower vocal frequencies because they signal higher testosterone levels and physical dominance. It's an instinctive attraction, a signal that you're a strong and capable man. But it's not just about depth, it's about control and steadiness. Now, let's be clear. It's not about shouting or trying to sound deeper than you actually are. A man who speaks slowly, deliberately, and with intention exudes power without ever trying. Think about it. There's something undeniably attractive about a guy who doesn't rush his words, who lets each sentence land before moving to the next. It's the embodiment of confidence. He doesn't need to fill every moment with words. He's completely comfortable with silence and doesn't need to compete for attention. That's a trait of Stoicism. The Stoic life is about being present, measured, and calm in your delivery. And this carries power. Now, here's the Stoic lesson most men will never figure out if you slightly lower your tone when you reduce your volume. You're introducing a subtle yet undeniable layer of attraction. It's like you're letting us in on something private, something intimate, without saying a word. We notice it immediately. This small but powerful shift in how you use your voice creates a magnetic effect that's hard to ignore. That level of controlled intimacy is something that many women are instinctively drawn to. It's not about saying more. It's about saying less and saying it in a way that draws us closer. And remember, this isn't just a trick. It's a reflection of the Stoic principles that govern the best aspects of your character. When you speak in a way that's calm, deliberate, and controlled, you're demonstrating that you're comfortable with your own power, much like the Stoics of old. You don't need to shout to prove your worth. Your steady tone speaks volumes. In fact, this kind of vocal control shows you're not just in control of your voice, you're in control of yourself. It signals that you've mastered your emotions, and that's a quality that's inherently attractive. So, be deliberate in your speech. Don't rush to fill the space with noise. Let your words land with power and purpose. Remember, it's the quiet strength of a steady voice that draws people in. This is a lesson rooted in Stoicism, the ancient wisdom that teaches emotional control, self-awareness, and the value of measured action. If you apply this Stoic lesson to your voice, you'll notice how much more you stand out. The tone of your voice isn't just a tool for communication, it's a window into your character. Use it wisely so if you're ready to unlock the power of your voice and its magnetic effect. Drop a comment right now. My voice speaks louder than my words. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom. And remember, confidence isn't just seen, it's felt. Number 3, your posture when you think no one's watching. Your posture when you think no one's watching is one of the most revealing signals of your true character and confidence level. Many men are skilled at standing tall or walking with purpose when they know they're being observed. But how you carry yourself when you're alone, when you think no one is watching, is the true test. This is where the principles of Stoicism come into play. Stoicism teaches us to embrace inner strength and authenticity, to find peace and confidence within ourselves rather than seeking external validation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your posture speaks to that inner state. It tells the world about your thoughts, your mindset, and your sense of self. Women, especially, have an uncanny ability to pick up on these subtleties. When you're standing with relaxed, squared shoulders, your body open and natural, you convey a deep sense of inner confidence. But when you're hunched over, shoulders slumped, or when your posture is tense, you signal insecurity and discomfort. This is a basic, undeniable truth. The way you move through the world, your posture, is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, and women can sense that with remarkable precision. Here's the critical point: you don't need to pose, puff out your chest, or try to fake a confidence that isn't there. Stoic principles emphasize the importance of self-control and authenticity, of embracing who you truly are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." It's not about pretending or creating an illusion of strength. True confidence isn't something that's achieved through grand gestures or empty posturing. It's something that radiates from within. Authenticity is what women are truly drawn to. When you are at ease with yourself, when your body reflects that inner peace and confidence, it becomes attractive in a way that no forced act ever could. Think about it. Women are incredibly perceptive. They don't need to be told what your confidence looks like because they can feel it. It's in the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you sit. When your posture is effortless, when it reflects your true self without trying to put on an act, it creates a sense of calm authority. This is the kind of confidence that is magnetic. It doesn't need to shout because it's grounded in your stoic understanding of your own worth. The key to winning respect, admiration, and attraction isn't in performing or pretending. It's in being grounded, relaxed, and comfortable with yourself, just as you are. You must understand this deeply. Your body communicates more than your words ever could. In today's world, where superficiality often rules, the true power lies in being real, in being present, and in embracing the stoic virtues of self-discipline, strength, and authenticity. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Marcus Aurelius also reminded us, when you learn to control your own mind, you naturally control your body and how it moves through the world. Your posture becomes a reflection of that inner control, that calm certainty. Women are not attracted to uncertainty or insecurity. They are drawn to strength, to men who can walk through life with ease and confidence, regardless of external circumstances. Your posture is a silent, yet powerful message to the world that you have mastered yourself. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that posture is a trivial matter. It is one of the first things women notice, and it sets the tone for everything else. It tells them whether you're truly comfortable in your own skin or whether you're trying too hard to impress. The key is to stop trying to impress and instead focus on mastering yourself. Let your body communicate confidence and peace. Let your posture reflect your stoic principles, your deep sense of self-worth. Remember, confidence isn't something you need to put on, it's something you must embody. Let your relaxed, natural posture serve as the testament to your inner strength. Stand tall, not because you want to be noticed, but because you are a man who is at peace with who he is. Let your body language tell the world that you've embraced the Stoic teachings of inner mastery. You must own that confidence. You must walk through the world with the certainty of someone who knows that true strength comes from within. Number 4, your facial reactions while listening. Now, let me hit you with something you probably didn't know. Women are experts at reading your micro-expressions. We notice every subtle shift in your face, every slight change in your eyes, your mouth, your posture. It's like we have this invisible radar tuned to detect your emotional state, even when you're trying to hide it. And that's where your facial expressions during conversation come into play. They speak louder than words ever could. When you're listening, it's not just about hearing what's being said, it's about showing you're present in the moment. When you wear a calm, engaged face, with slight expressions like a subtle smirk or a raised eyebrow, it signals that you're in control of your emotions and mentally tuned into the conversation. That is emotional intelligence at its finest. You're calm, confident, not overreacting, not faking interest, and not completely zoning out. You're showing us that you're emotionally mature enough to respond thoughtfully, not just react on impulse. This is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoic lessons teach us about emotional control. Stoic life isn't about suppressing your emotions, but about understanding and mastering them. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." A Stoic man knows that a calm mind leads to calm reactions. So when you listen, don't let your face betray you. Be in control, stay centered, and let your expressions reflect the Stoic art of remaining undisturbed by external noise. A man who can maintain his composure in conversation, who doesn't overreact, who doesn't fake a smile, shows maturity. He shows that he's not just waiting for his turn to speak, but that he is genuinely engaging with the words coming from the other person's mouth. Now, let's talk about the flip side. Blank stares, fake smiles, or exaggerated reactions that screams disconnection or worse, insecurity. You must understand this. Women can tell when you're just waiting for your turn to talk. It's like watching someone fake their way through a conversation. It doesn't matter how good your words are. Your facial expressions give you away. If you aren't emotionally invested, if you're not really listening, that lack of engagement shines through in your face. You can't fake emotional intelligence. A Stoic life is about authenticity, being fully present, letting your reactions come naturally. When you listen to someone with genuine interest, your expressions should reflect that calm, quiet focus. The sort of emotional control that comes from a deep understanding of the world and of yourself. And let me tell you, that's incredibly attractive. It signals a man who isn't ruled by his emotions, but instead masters them. The most attractive thing a man can do in any interaction isn't speak first or dominate the conversation. No. The true measure of a man's emotional maturity is how he listens. A man who can stay present, remain engaged without overreacting, shows emotional depth. This is exactly what women are looking for. We value a man who can listen, not just to the words, but to the emotion behind them. A man who listens without trying to impress or fabricate interest. Now that's a man who's truly confident in himself. Don't fall into the trap of faking your attention or pretending to care. That kind of disingenuousness is painfully obvious. Instead, lean into the Stoic principles of calmness, control, and presence. Don't just react. Be in the moment, authentically. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to remain unshaken by external circumstances, and that includes how we respond to others. A man who can hold his ground, remain centered, and truly listen is a man who understands the essence of Stoicism: emotional resilience and self-mastery. So, next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember it's not just about the words. Your facial reactions are telling the real story. Be mindful of them. Be present. That's the power of true emotional intelligence. If you found this valuable, comment below and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and life-changing insights. Comment to remember true confidence is in the way you listen, not just what you say. Number 5, how you handle silence. Men, take note, silence isn't something to fear. It's something to master. Too often, you rush to fill every quiet moment with words. But this is a huge mistake. Here's the truth. Women are drawn to men who can sit in the silence and still be comfortable. It's not about talking just to talk. It's about showing that you're secure enough in yourself to let a pause hang in the air without panic. This is the blessing of Stoicism in action, the ability to simply be, to exist in a moment without feeling the need to break it. Imagine this when there's a lull in conversation. Do you immediately feel the need to fill it with chatter, hoping to avoid any awkwardness? Or do you take a breath, perhaps make eye contact, offer a slight smile, and let the tension dissolve naturally? That's the secret. Women notice when you allow the moment to breathe. You might think you need to entertain or keep things moving, but the reality is when you don't jump in to fill the space, you're showing strength, maturity, and self-assurance. This is what the old Stoics understood: true power lies in restraint. You're not trying to impress or entertain, you're simply present. And that in itself is impressive. It's a clear sign of your inner confidence, the kind of confidence that doesn't crumble under the pressure of silence. Studies show that people who are at ease with silence are seen as more socially skilled, more confident. Women pick up on this, whether consciously or not. When you're relaxed in those quiet moments, it creates a subtle but powerful connection. You become someone who doesn't need to be constantly on to keep attention. You are calm in the storm, and that's magnetic. The modern Stoic knows this well, that moments of silence are opportunities to let your presence be felt without saying a word. Don't underestimate the power of silence. It's a tool that, when wielded correctly, can make you incredibly attractive. Be still, be confident, and let the moment speak for itself. Number 6, how you stand when you're waiting. When you find yourself waiting, whether at a bar, in a hallway, or simply for an elevator, your posture speaks volumes. It's in these idle moments, when you're not actively doing anything, that your true level of confidence comes through. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught us the value of maintaining composure in every situation, no matter how trivial it might seem. Your posture, the way you stand and exist in the space around you, reflects your inner state of mind. It's a direct manifestation of how you feel about yourself and your surroundings. The Stoic principles of self-mastery and internal peace demand that you learn to control the way you present yourself, not just when you're speaking or engaging, but even when you're idle. A man who stands with calm confidence, with his weight centered and one foot slightly forward, and conveys a sense of balance, alertness, and control. He isn't fidgeting or looking around desperately for something to do. He owns the moment, undistracted, unperturbed. This is what confidence looks like. It's about being centered, present, and at ease in any situation. Women notice these things even if they don't always verbalize them. The way you hold yourself in these moments is an unspoken signal of your internal strength. On the flip side, when you fidget, cross your arms, or hide your hands, you immediately send a signal that you're not comfortable with who you are or where you are. It's a defensive posture, a way of protecting yourself from something you feel insecure about. And this doesn't go unnoticed. Nervousness, discomfort, and the need to fill space with movement communicate vulnerability. You're telling the world that you're either not at ease in your own body or you're unsure about your environment. These are signs that you need external validation to feel okay. And that's a trait that isn't typically admired in a man. Women can pick up on this immediately, and it's a turnoff. A man who can't simply be in a space without fidgeting or seeking distraction is sending a message of inner instability, whether he realizes it or not. Contrast that with the man who stands still, whose presence fills the space effortlessly. He doesn't need to be distracted by his phone or the latest social media update to feel okay. He's already at peace within himself, and that's magnetic. The way you stand when you're waiting tells everyone around you whether you can be at peace with yourself and your environment. Are you a man who requires constant stimulation to feel okay? Or can you sit in the stillness, owning the moment, without feeling the need to fill the air with anxiety or restlessness? This is a huge factor in how others perceive your confidence. In the modern world, where everyone is in a rush and distractions are everywhere, the ability to remain still, grounded and composed in any situation is a rare and powerful trait. It signals that you are in control, not of other people or external circumstances, but of yourself. And this is what women notice instantly. They notice when a man can just be in the moment, without fidgeting, without shifting nervously, without seeking constant movement. They see the man who stands tall, comfortable in his own skin, who carries himself with the quiet strength of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. This is a man who is practicing the Stoic principles of inner peace and emotional control. It's critical to understand that how you wait, how you stand, is part of your overall presence. It's not enough to simply be competent or successful in life. If you want to command respect and admiration, you must master the way you present yourself in every situation. Your body language speaks louder than your words, and your posture reflects your inner world. As the Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, would advise, don't waste time on what's outside of your control. Your stance, your presence, is something you control entirely. Don't squander that opportunity. Stand with purpose. Own your space. When you carry yourself with the strength of a man who has mastered the Stoic principles, who is grounded in his inner sense of self, you become an unshakable force. And that is what attracts respect. Stop hiding behind fidgeting or seeking distractions. Stand tall, unwavering, and unafraid. Master the way you present yourself in every moment. The world will respond to that power. Let your presence command attention. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. It starts with the quality of your posture, your presence, and the internal mastery you bring into every situation. This is how you become a man who is truly respected, a man who embodies the Stoic virtues of strength, composure, and self-discipline. The choice is yours. Own it. Number 7, how others react to you. This one is massive. When you move through a room, when you speak, when you walk, others are always watching. And you, whether you realize it or not, are always being observed. Your presence isn't just about what you do. It's about how your presence affects the people around you. We're all keenly aware of how others react to you. Do they defer to you? Do they smile when you speak? Do they give you space? Or do they seem to make way for you naturally? These micro-interactions may seem small, but they're anything but insignificant. The reactions of others say more about you than words ever could. It's social proof, and it's everything. If others treat you like a high-value man, so will we. When you have that subtle, undeniable power in a room, it's not about shouting, "Look at me," or demanding respect. It's about natural magnetism. A Stoic man doesn't need to force anything. He simply is. Stoicism teaches us to control what's within us and disregard what's outside of our control. You can't control the reactions of others, but you can control how you present yourself, how you carry yourself, and how you remain grounded in the face of social dynamics. The Stoic life isn't about forcing your will on others, but about cultivating the inner strength that naturally attracts others to you. This isn't about arrogance or playing a role. It's about genuine self-respect, an inherent calmness, and a certain strength of character that others feel when you walk into a room. Take a look at how others treat you. Have you noticed that a server is more attentive to you than others when you walk into a crowded room? Do friends seem to look to you first for decisions? Does a stranger give you an extra beat of eye contact before speaking? These aren't just coincidences. These are signals that you've tapped into something important. It's a reflection of the respect and value that others automatically assign to you based on how you carry yourself. When you embody the core of Stoic lessons, like inner peace, emotional control, and an unwavering sense of self, you don't have to beg for anyone's attention. It comes naturally. Remember, you don't need to shout for attention. You must understand that you've got a certain power when you show up calm, collected, and authentic. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room, but the one with the most presence. People pick up on this energy. Think of the times when you've been in a crowd and a certain person's energy stood out. You could tell they weren't trying to be the center of attention. They just were. That is the power of mastering Stoic principles. A man who's in control of himself doesn't need to demand attention. His energy commands it naturally. This is the kind of high-value man women notice immediately. It's not about being dominant. It's about being in control, a lesson that the Stoics understood well. You don't need to puff up your chest and try to prove something to the world. A true Stoic understands that there's strength in stillness, power in silence, and calm in the midst of chaos. The way others respond to you is a reflection of your energy and your ability to stand firm in your own power. When you walk into a room with Stoic confidence, calm, present, and unshakable, you don't need to ask for respect. It's already given to you. This isn't about faking it. It's not about playing a role. It's about mastering yourself. It's about ensuring your presence has substance because it's rooted in who you truly are. The moment you tap into the power of Stoicism, the moment you truly begin to practice self-control, self-awareness, and emotional resilience, you start to see a shift in how others treat you. They give you space. They respect you without needing to be told. They look to you for guidance. They feel the gravity of your presence. So, the next time you walk into a room, notice the small things. Notice the subtle interactions. The way a stranger gives you an extra beat of eye contact. How a friend looks to you for a decision. Or how a server seems to instinctively be more attentive to you. Those aren't coincidences. That's the world reflecting the energy you're putting out. You must focus on cultivating that energy. Don't chase after validation. Live your life with the understanding that the more you embody the Stoic principles of strength, wisdom, and emotional control, the more your presence will command attention. You don't have to demand respect. It will come naturally when you've mastered the Stoic life. People will defer to you, seek your guidance, and respond positively to your energy without you having to force it. Be the man who leads not by words, but by the power of his presence. If you found this insight valuable, like this post, comment your thoughts, and share it with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep wisdom on relationships. And let's comment to remember, every action you take must come from a place of strength and authenticity. Number 8, how you handle social pressure? Listen closely because this one's a game changer. It's not just about what happens when everything's fine, but what you do when everything's off course. Women notice instantly how you handle those tricky moments, the interruptions, the guy cutting in line, the awkward silences, or when plans suddenly fall apart. And here's the thing, it's not the situation itself we're observing, it's your reaction. How do you manage when the world throws you a curveball? Are you the guy who loses his cool, gets defensive, or lashes out in frustration? Or are you the modern Stoic, someone who can smile, laugh it off, or adapt with ease? The second you flip out, we see insecurity. But when you maintain your composure, we see a leader, someone who can rise above the chaos. And that makes all the difference. Emotional control under pressure is a magnet for attraction. It's what women crave in a partner. Someone who is reliable, strong, and unshakable no matter what life throws at them. In the midst of social pressure, a calm demeanor says more than words ever could. It shows us that you're not just in control of the moment, you're in control of yourself. And that's something we find incredibly sexy. Think about it when you react with patience, when you remain grounded despite the madness. You're subtly telling us, I can handle whatever life throws my way. That is what women subconsciously seek in a partner. We're not just asking how you'll act in a casual social setting. We're wondering how you'll act when the stakes are higher, when conflict arises, when stress builds. Will you keep it together, or will you fall apart? The blessing of Stoicism lies in the ability to stay calm and collected. Women want to know if you possess this inner strength, because we know that in the long run, it's this very quality that will determine whether you can handle the roller coaster of a relationship. The old Stoic understood that life is full of obstacles and hardships, but those who remain unshaken rise above them. So, if you can maintain your composure under pressure, we'll see it as a sign that you'll bring the same cool-headedness to a relationship. We need to know that you won't overreact, that you won't let stress control you, and that you won't crumble when the going gets tough. It's simple. Emotional regulation equals emotional stability. And stability is what makes a great partner. Never forget, being calm in the chaos is what makes you stand out from the crowd. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end. I know this might feel like a lot to take in. But remember, authentic confidence is something you can develop, and you're probably already doing many of these things naturally. It's about being aware and intentional about how you show up in the world. Next time you step into a room or interact with others, pay attention to those little things we notice. Are you walking in with confidence? Is your voice steady and relaxed? How do you navigate those silent moments? Just by noticing these things, you can make huge strides in how you're perceived and how you feel about yourself. If this gave you some valuable insight, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which of these surprised you the most. Trust me, once you understand what we're really paying attention to, everything changes. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.